Hi there, everybody. My name is Dan Fight, and I accidentally found a bunch of really crucial evidence about secret military domestic operations. I think that this kind of thing is basically very, very similar to what people commonly think of as martial law, including military detention facilities with American citizens, search and seizure, things of that nature. So let's take a quick look here and find out exactly how you can dig up this information for yourself in this quick video. Alright, so what we do is we search for USAR North Conplan 3501, and the first thing we get is this guy right here, this presentation. So let's get ready to download that here, and it'll show you how to get that. Downloading. It says this connection is untrusted. I understand the risks. Add exception. Cha-cha. Get certificate. And then confirm security exception. You have to do that. It's annoying. So now my computer. Okay, now it wants to save the file. Save the PowerPoint. Boom. Alright. 7 megs. Okay. So it is hosted on eportal.usace.army.mil. Alright, let's look at the file. Okay, so this is the very interesting presentation to check out. So here's how it works. This presentation was supposed to be for something called the New Madrid Seismic Zone earthquake exercise, which basically would be a huge test of what would happen in an earthquake in the heartland of the United States. Basically, this is a fault line zone in this area here. And so the Army wants to do a test to see if they can set up a command center using one of these methods. This is basically the same system that was used in the Gulfwater Horizon disaster, so it's very, very comparable to that. And it's very interesting in and of itself, all this material is, but what's even crazier is the information on slide number 2 in presentation number 11, which, as we look here, has information saying that the purpose of this briefing is to receive your approval on actions completed for revising Conplan 3502 civil disturbance operations, with reason for revising, the overview, a synopsis of the base plan, and the way ahead. And somebody named Colonel Francie, the Chief of Staff, received this briefing last Wednesday on the 10th of February, and their guidance was incorporated. So what we have here is an accidental note that was accidentally left in this presentation about basically an entirely different plan than the earthquake plan, which is Conplan 3501. Instead, it's Conplan 3502. So as we go through the presentation, we can look at a little more information about how NORTHCOM works and how it deals with FEMA when there's big things like disasters. And so you can see that they operate, they're mentioning Pittsburgh and the G20 in here, talking about, you know, disasters, whatnot, etc., etc. There's also this pretty crazy org chart that shows that NORTHCOM is expanding. They operate through FEMA regions, basically. They operate with something called Defense Coordinating Officers inside of every FEMA region office. So you see the Chicago Region 5 is Colonel Fulton and 26 people in FEMA Region 4, etc., etc. Okay, so the other crucial piece of evidence to put in this mix is something called the Domestic Operational Law Handbook for Judge Advocates, which is an official publication. You can easily find it on Google, and it's got a lot of just, you know, generally spooky stuff in it. National Framework for Incident Management, high, you know, chemical thingamajigs, support for civilian law enforcement, and now we'll just go to civil disturbance operations. There's also all the crap about drugs and stuff too, but we want to focus on Chapter 5, Civil Disturbance Operations. So this has just tons of details about all these different, you know, kinds of regulations and stuff, but hey, look, check this out. Right down there, US NORTHCOM Conplan 3502, major stuff being noted. So basically, as we go around and looking in this chapter, there's a lot of stuff, blah blah blah, spooky stuff, blah blah blah, lethality, blah 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 blah. And so, but as we get down there, we see, aha, SIDCONs. Now, SIDCONs are civil disturbance conditions, and they are supposed to be levels of preparedness when something is about to happen, and represents increase in preparedness. And so it specifically says that NORTHCOM CONPLAN 3502 describes how this system works. So again, as we move along, we see other stuff, hot pursuit, blah blah blah. Now check this out. Should the task force be required to operate a detention facility, blah blah blah. Footnotes 85, 86. Riot control agents. Building of troops. So check it out. U.S. Army NORTHCOM CONPLAN 3502, CONPLAN 3502, CONPLAN 3502, CONPLAN 3502. Other side, CONPLAN 3502 to deal with the insurance claims for negligence. And so really, I mean, CONPLAN 3502 is just all over this dang thing. So basically, when we look at those two things together, we can see that what we've found is the trigger for CONPLAN 3502. We found all these back references, and elsewhere in this chapter, it also just basically says that, you know, that more or less CONPLAN 3502 is an official plan for detention facilities. There it is, right there. So, I mean, if you're the kind of person that's concerned about things like FEMA camps and stuff like that, you got to realize that this is exactly where the CONPLAN 3502, it just fits right into all that stuff that people are worried about. And this, again, also just proves basically that Garden Plot, the old plan from the 60s and the Kerner Commission, was officially replaced by these CONPLANs, by CONPLAN 3502. Basically, the proof is all right in here. So, once again, this is the Domestic Operational Law Handbook. So, yeah. Alright, so hopefully these files that we found on the U.S. Army Corps of Engineers server can help illustrate this pretty secret framework that the military uses to run all these kinds of things. Then we ask ourselves, you know, why should we take this seriously? I mean, this has domestic, you know, military detention of Americans, it has riot control stuff, it has intelligence stuff. It's a big secret plan, and it's clearly the kind of plan where things like the G20 and the RNC are based on. And so basically, we need to call for transparency. We need full copies of all of these CONPLAN 3502s and so forth. And we basically just need to get the word out and have people know that this is where these plans come from. This is where the Deepwater Horizon structure came from. That's where this stuff came from. So please get this out there, and I want to thank my friends with Twin Cities Indie Media and Chicago Indie Media, Pittsburgh Indie Media, Glassbead Collective, Cryptome.org, PublicIntelligence.net. So many different people have helped teach me up to this point, and this is what I think everybody needs to see. So thank you for watching, and have a great day.